Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Marian. I cover a lot of videos relating to radiology because I work in the radiology department. Up until this point, as I'm making a video, I've been working in it for about 10 and a half years. And occasionally I throw in different things on my channel, work related vlogs, teaching vlogs, because I try to help students prepare to pass their registry. I just started doing this on my channel in August. So I have a registry review for CT, and then I work on others because I am licensed in other modalities. So, and then also on my channel, you may see daily vlogs, or if I'm studying, maybe I'm walking on my treadmill, showing you what I'm eating for the day, maybe even throw in some cooking videos. So on my channel, you are going to get a variety, and I try to say this at the beginning of every video because I have new people that view my page, and I'm sure everyone else page daily, and I don't want anyone to be shocked or confused if one day they see me post a cooking video and then the next day I post a teaching video, and then they unsubscribe. So on my channel, the reason why I have everything and I have a variety is because I like having a variety. I do not like to stick to one thing. I feel as if you should be able to do multiple things no matter what. So on my channel, you will see a playlist, and I separate all these different things that I'm doing so you can just keep up and follow along. But in today's video, I am going to talk about my experience as a travel tech. And when I say travel tech, I mean as a travel tech for X-ray or Radiologic or rad tech, whatever you want to call it, MRI, CT, mammography, breast ultrasound, because I am licensed and certified with ARRT to do all of these things. So I'm going to just share my experience as a travel technologist, and I do have my notes on my phone because sometimes I may get distracted or think of something else and forget to come back to something. And then I still may forget something at the end of this video. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you enjoy sit down videos like this, please give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful as well. So I have my phone, like I was telling you, with my notes on it. So I'll just read certain things, okay? So, how to find a traveling job. So, what you want to do is you want to just get online and then go to whatever job search engine that you normally go to and look for jobs. And you can just type in travel x ray tech, travel CT tech, travel IR tech, travel ultrasound tech, mammography tech, any other things like that. You can just type it in and it'll come up. And most of the time, if you check your email or your spam box, it may be a job that you had signed up for without knowing, or somehow maybe they got your information from, if you saved your resume online and they have contacted you through email. Sometimes they even call you and send you a text message. So it's different ways you can get in touch with a traveling company, or they can get in touch with you. So just make sure that you are checking your emails and just look for any travel tech job. Okay, so the length of the assignment, it really depends. It depends on the facility's need. It depends on the company's need, how long they want to have you as a contractor, how much they're paying you. It depends on different things, whether or not you want to go back to that state, that city, that hospital. So most contract jobs will probably last for about 3 months, and then sometime it lasts 6 months. Sometimes they may need you for a year. Sometimes after 3 months, they ask you if you want to renew. So all of that is up to you. So, as a travel tech for me, I travel locally in my area. I do not go to other states. I do not go to other cities. The reason why I travel locally is because I have a 5-year old. So, as I'm making this video in December, my son is 5. So, I cannot travel, or I don't want to travel because he's so young. I'm mainly focusing on his schooling, his living, all of that stuff. So I choose not to travel because my child is young. Although I know a lot of people probably travel with their kids, or they may travel and they can have their kids with someone else. But just for me, I just choose not to travel outside of different states or different cities because I have my son that's young. Okay, so whenever I work as a traveling tech, I do different modalities. This may sound crazy or it may sound like a lot, but since I work in 5 modalities, when I travel, I pick up different assignments. Some days they may tell me, hey, can you work in x-ray this week? Or can you work in MRI on this day? Can you work in CT on this day? Or I may work 2 days in CT, 1 day in Mammo, or vice versa. So I just pick whatever shifts I want to pick up, and I just travel to that hospital or travel to that clinic and I get my hours in. With the traveling company, you can choose to work 8-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, days, evenings, nights, weekends. They have everything available. So they're pretty flexible, and you can always renew your contract. And if you cannot renew your contract for a certain hospital, then you may have to think about traveling to a different hospital, a different clinic, or a different city or out of state. So whenever I am working in these different modalities, keep in mind I am also considered a multimodality technologist because I do more than one modality. And if you want to know more about how you can specialize in different modalities within radiology, just leave it in the comment box and I can make a different video about that. If you're new to this channel and you're not even certified or registered as an x-ray tech, I can make a separate video on that as well. And I probably have one already. So you can check my x-ray playlist. And I also have how to pass your CT, MRI board. So just feel free to go through the playlist, and then just find whatever video is helpful for you. If you cannot find something, you can also request for me to do a different video. So whenever I do work in these different modalities, I'm working on different machines because different facilities they may have a different, different machine. So when I'm in X-ray, I may be working with a GE machine. When I'm in CT, I working on a GE and a Siemens machine. Then when I'm in MRI, occasionally I work on GE, but majority of the time I probably say 96 to 98% of the time, I'm working on a Siemens machine for MRI. For mammography, is Hologic. For breast ultrasound, is Supersonic. I'm learning on Philips now, and I'm learning on GE now. So whenever you work as a multimodality tech, you have to keep in mind if you are going to be a traveling tech, whatever machine that you are comfortable on, sometimes that facility may not have that machine. You have to learn another machine. You have to adapt to the new environment. So just be open to learning. If this is something that you would like to do, you just have to just be willing and just wanting to learn new machines and new equipment. And then also the charting system can be different too. I've been to certain facilities where they chart this way. I've been to certain facilities where they chart that way. When I work in X-ray, MRI, CT, we chart this way. When I work in Mammo, I have to chart that way. So all of that is different. So you have to be able to multitask, be open to learning new things, open to new ideas. And that's another thing about me. I love change. I embrace change. I do not mind traveling to different areas. I'm not the type of person, and this is nothing wrong with that, who has to have a routine. So I love change. That's why on my channel I have different things, because I like having a variety. And I like that because you don't get bored easily. You don't get comfortable and complacent. And then another thing, and I also mention this on other videos, because if someone is new to my channel, maybe they will stumble on this video but don't see or hear me saying this in another video. On my channel, the reason why I have so many playlists is because I didn't want more than one YouTube channel. I already have a lot of email addresses, passwords, and I do not want another YouTube account, different password. So I wanted to keep everything on this page. This is my first YouTube page. Well, I have another YouTube page, but it's on a different account and it's just for concerts. That's why I said I did not want multiple YouTube pages because I already have one, and that was whenever I was going to different concerts. But anyway, back to the notes I have. So I'm still looking at my phone. I like to have notes on my phone. So if you're new to my channel, I like to have notes on my phone, and I just read it off my phone because it's easy to do that way. So, depending on the facility you work at, a lot of times for a traveling tech, they would let you do something easy, something simple. So, if you're an x ray tech traveling, they may just have you do ER, portable x ray, something simple. You won't do a lot of fluoro, or you may not do any fluoro. You may not even go to surgery unless that place is super, super understaffed and short, then they may send you to those other areas. But occasionally you'll probably have to go. But most of the time, they're just happy that they have someone in there as a tech or a traveling tech, and they'll just put you somewhere that's easy for you, especially if you're new to the facility. This is your first time coming. Okay, so since I do work as a multimodality tech, when I go to these different places, I'm doing different things. I may be doing ER, portable X-rays, CT biopsies, and then I jump over on a in a different facility and work in mammo, breast ultrasound. So I'm learning all these different things, all these different computer systems. So let's talk about salary. So whenever you are working as a traveling tech, your salary will be higher compared to what a standard job will probably pay you. And that's because they really need someone in, they're short staff, their current staff is burnt out. Current staff really need that extra help. So contract workers normally typically get paid higher. And on another thing, this is going to depend on what state you live in. So if you do ask me questions about salary, I won't be able to tell you, okay, you will get paid this, because it also depends on what state you live in, what state you're traveling to. And then they also factor in, if you're traveling out of state, they would factor in your housing. So they will pay for you to live in or stay in different hotels or different housing that they have. Sometimes they will pay for your gas, your mileage, give you a food allowance. So it's different things like that. And if you're working evenings, nights, weekends, you'll probably get compensated a little bit more. Sometimes you may get a sign-on bonus, you may get a retention bonus, you may get another bonus for, renewing with them. So this all depends, but typically it can be a little bit higher whenever you are traveling. And another thing is, so for me, with me only traveling within the place I live with the same company, I don't get those type of benefits. I don't get health insurance. I don't get PTO. Although some traveling companies, they do offer health insurance, PTO, 401k. They do offer that. So I'm just saying, for who I work for, I don't get those type of benefits. So the negative part, I'll start. Well, first, let me start with the positives, and then I'll start with the negatives. So the positive with being a traveling tech, you can travel to different cities, travel to different states, meet new people, learn new equipment, learn new exams, because what you're doing at one hospital or one clinic, I'm sure you're going to do it differently or do more of it at somewhere else, because that has been my experience. I may have started off at this clinic, and then whenever I went to the hospital, they did it totally different, good and bad. So it's never anything always negative. Sometimes you can learn from different people, different settings, different patient circumstances. So that's a good thing about it. You can even try new foods. different weather you can explore. So, oh, extra money. So it's some positives with traveling. You know, you do not get caught up in the company politics, the company drama. You can just travel to different places, go and come out, and meet new people. So for me, the negative part with me traveling, because keep in mind, I travel within a certain company. I don't travel with other contractors or other organizations. Who I travel with is who I work for. So one thing or something that is negative, the schedule isn't consistent. Sometimes they may need me a lot, maybe they won't need me as much. If they hire someone, then they don't need you as much, or they probably won't need you for a while. And then having to wait for your contract to renew. Say, for instance, if you get put at a place and it's horrible, you're having a bad experience, you didn't think it was going to be like this, then you may have to stay in that contract for the full 3 months, the full 6 months. And you have to talk to the company about this, because I'm not sure about all the ins and outs of this, but I'm just going to just think maybe you have to pay back that bonus they gave you if you left within 3 months or 6 months or a year. Maybe they're not gonna let you travel with them in the future if you decide so, because this does make the company look bad if the hospital or the clinic cannot use you anymore if you decide to stop going. So if you cannot get your hours locally, then you may have to travel to another city, another state, depending on if you're only traveling locally. So that could be a good thing, or that can be a bad thing if you do not want to travel anywhere else. Some places may or may not offer health insurance and PTO. That could be bad. So if you are traveling with a company as a PRN tech, sometimes there's no health insurance, no PTO, and I'm talking about as a PRN tech. All right. So last thing, do I recommend for anyone to pick up a traveling job? I think you should go for it. I feel as if anyone should at least try traveling at least once in their career, just to get a feel of getting out your comfort zone. And probably shouldn't ask me, because like I was telling you, I'm open to change. So I'm always going to tell someone, go for it, don't worry about it, don't think negative, just try it. If you want to travel locally, do that. If you want to travel to a different state, try it, see what happens. So I'm the type of person who take chances, who embrace change, and who love change. So I would say go forward. If you have any other question that I did not touch on in this video, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.